everyone, it's Kathy Lavella, exercise specialist, personal trainer, and sports dietitian, coming to you from my home gym to show you a couple of very important exercises that you may already know, but what I'm going to go over is proper form and throw in a bonus. So we already know that weight training is very important for maintaining health, maintaining bone mass, preventing osteoporosis, also, very important for mental health. And people already do, if you already do weightlifting, what I like to do is really go more into the proper form, which is more important than the amount of weight that you lift. So I'm going to show you two very basic exercises today that many people get wrong. And I've been training people for many years and trained as young as 8 years old on up to 87. He was actually an athlete, and have trained some bodybuilders over the years. So those two exercises that I'm going to teach you today is the bicep curl and tricep kickback. And that may sound really simple to you. I'm also going to throw in a bonus of forearms, which is essential, especially for summer sports coming up, which is why I want to go over the biceps, the triceps, and the forearms. So biceps, what do we use our biceps for? We use our biceps for lifting, and if you do lift weights, we also use our biceps for back exercises, right? Lateral pull downs to rows. And we use our biceps in summer sports, such as baseball, such as throwing to rowing. And we use our triceps. Our triceps is our pushing mechanism. Think of it as pushing a wheelbarrow, pushing that lawnmower that may not be self-propelled, to doing bench presses, to push-ups, and forearms. We don't just want to build up the biceps and the triceps without doing, the forearms. So, and especially, again, with sports coming up like golf and baseball, you want to be able to develop, good strength there, prevent straining, prevent, injury, that sort of thing. And I'm just going to give you the basics, like I said today. To work the whole body, I normally teach 33 different exercises inside of 3 days that you can do. So I just want to, give you some tips here to make sure that you are doing it right at home. And it doesn't always take dumbbells. I'm going to show you proper form with dumbbells, but if you have bands, resistant bands, these work too because you can step on them and get more resistance. You can use different things around the house, even filling up a bottle with dirt or sand or, rocks, just so long as each one is going to weigh the same. So let's get going. Biceps, I'm just going to pick up a light weight here and just to show you the form. Number one is standing or sitting. People always ask me, do I stand or do I sit? So before actually I pick those up, I want to show you something. If you have a bad back, I recommend standing. And I'm going to give you an example how I always teach people. If I were to stand up really straight, stiff-kneed, it's not what you want to do when you do a bicep curl, because number one, it's going to straighten that back too much. You're going to strain it. And you can try this at home. If you straighten out those knees, stand up straight, you're going to feel the stress, feel the tension in that back. So what you want to do is have your feet apart, a good firm stance, and relax the knees. You don't have to do a big knee bend, but just sort of relax those knees. What that does is it relaxes your back. But you want to look straight ahead. You don't want to be looking down or sideways because you don't want to hurt your neck. If you have bad knees, I often put people in a sitting position. So the sitting position would be the same thing where you're looking straight ahead. You're just sitting on the end of a bench or an end of a chair. The other mistake that a lot of people make with form When we do a standard bicep curl, we don't want to use our wrists. We want to use our bicep. We're not using the forearms. They do have different exercises, such as a concentration curl, which uses the forearm as well. But for a standard bicep exercise, whatever muscle you are working, that is the muscle you want to feel. So whether you are doing a barbell or whether you are doing dumbbells. If I am doing dumbbells, and again, I want to get my feet apart a little, and I want to bend my knees just slightly, and I am going to bring one dumbbell out at a time. Just one out at a time. My wrist is straight. It's not tilted. I mean, it's not, curled up. And what you want to do is bring one arm up at a time, and at the top, what I do is I want to make sure that dumbbell is really straight. So it is often good to look in a mirror. And when I teach people, I often teach them to turn the dumbbell in toward your chest a little. So your hand or your thumb is going out a little. And what that does, it gives you a better contraction. So you are contracting that muscle a little bit better. So basically it becomes one slow move. You want to control that weight going down. You want to bring it all the way down. So this one is right by my side as this one comes up. And as you get good at it, it's going to get a little bit faster, but you don't want to speed through it. You want to control the weight coming down. Keep it nice and steady. And breathing, okay? You want to keep a steady breath. Don't hold your breath. Don't lift too heavy where you are swinging back. You want that arm right by your side. So it's right by my side, going back down, okay? So that is bicep. Tricep. Something that I like to do, a lot of people always get the tricep kickback wrong. And think of the word kick back. What are we kicking back? We're kicking the wrist back. So one of the things is I like to say glue your arm by your side. Don't let it dangle. Don't let it get away from you. And when we do a tricep kickback, I have a bench here, so I'm going to lean on the bench. You can lean on a chair. You can lean up against a wall. You can lean on your leg. But if you are leaning on a bench, I like keeping the back parallel, very parallel. So you're not like this, you're not like this, and turned. You're going to pick the weight up. And by the way, tricep kickbacks, it doesn't take a lot of weight. Like often, I start people off with like a 5-pound dumbbell, something like that. And you're going to put your hand, here I put my hand on my bench, I'm going to glue my arm there, right up beside my back, the side, and my arm is only a 90-degree angle. There is no need to swing your arm up because then you're working the bicep. So what you're going to do is just kick it. Straighten your arm out and then kick that wrist back. That is where you get the contraction. So I only have to go down 90 degrees, straighten the arm out, and kick back. And even without weight, you're going to feel that. I remember many years ago I was training this really large man, and he was a bodybuilder, and we were talking about tricep kickbacks, and he said, oh, I hate those. I never feel them. They don't do anything. I've tried 30, 50 pounds, and I had him show me how he was doing it. And what he was doing, he was swinging, and he wasn't kicking back. And unless you have that kickback, you're not going to feel it. And I literally put just a 10-pound weight, in which these are only 10. I literally put a 10-pound weight in his hand, and I guided him. I literally guided him back, and I said, keep going, keep going, keep going, and put that little clip into his wrist. And he literally was like, ouch. I said, did you feel that? He said, yes. So again, it doesn't take a lot of weight if you are doing proper form. So the triceps, again, three muscles. They're the largest muscle in our arm, right? Because there's three that take up, you know, a good third of our arm there. It's very important, you know, as you're aging to be able to push things. Same with the biceps, to be able to lift weights. And it doesn't matter how old you are to start. You can still gain strength. We naturally lose strength as we age, but when you just start off, no matter how old you are, you will gain strength. So last, I want to show you, I'm going to have to turn around here, some forearms. So forearms, we want to work the wrist and the forearm because you don't want to be building muscle in your bicep and tricep and also not giving your forearm some strength. Now, I'm going to show you something that I usually do sitting down. In other words, if I'm sitting down, my leg is up and I am doing a curl that way, and then I do a reverse curl. But these are really easy. You can take a lightweight, either barbell or just a bar, anything that you have. You could even use a broom handle if you want, or light dumbbells. And all I am doing is I am squeezing all the way up and letting them roll down on my fingers. And then I am doing a reverse curl, so I am just pulling it up. So in other words, if I was going this way, you can see I'm just curling it that way and doing the reverse and curling it up. So I hope that helps. Start some activity at home. Again, it doesn't take a lot of weight. You don't have to have dumbbells. You can use other things that you have laying around the house. So hope that helps you out and keeps you a little bit more fit. Again, I'm Kathy Labella, sports dietitian and exercise specialist.